Alrighty, I am tinkering on the 80 series today, and I'm going to give everyone a bit of an update of what I've been working on. I pulled the axle apart so I could take the knuckles down to double J and use their sandblaster to sandblast this part here. These are Front Range Offroad high steer knuckles. I've been rocking them for a couple years now, no problem. Just with this setup, I'm changing some things, and I want to go to a dual shear. I want to get all these welded on. I need to go into CAD really quick and adjust this measurement so it fits along the knuckle better. And then I'm going to cut them out of 1/4 inch material. So yeah, let me get those cut real quick, and then we'll show that process. I got one side all cut out. I undersized these holes and then redraw them out to the proper size. I got everything fitting nicely there. This piece also I extended from like here to here to make it fit better along this. And then, like I said earlier, I changed this dimension to make that fit a lot better. This top piece will bolt to here on both sides. One side will have the hydro assist, so that's actually going to be this side. My hydro assist will be bolted down below there, the ram. I'll show that later. But yeah, that looks really good. All right, it'll be something like that. I think what I'm gonna do is get the other side all installed, and then I'll put my steering arms in so then I can get the spacing correct, and then I'll be able to tack everything. So yeah, cruise across the bridge into Oregon to metal supermarkets. I'm gonna look for that metal spacer for the steering arm. I forgot to hit record when I was welding up the knuckles. That I have them under the blanket, cooling off slowly. These welds turned out okay. I heated the crap out of them with the torch first, and then welded everything up. I still have to pull the steering arm off and weld up here, and then on the back side, and then also weld on the back side of this bracket here. But for now, those are gonna cool off for, those will cool off for like probably an hour or so, and I'll figure out what to work on next. I got the panhard bar in. If you look, the panhard bar mounts to the frame here, and it's actually rising towards the axle, whereas this one is dipping down. And so what I'm going to do is raise up the frame side mount probably about 1 inch. That's going to clear up two things for me right now. When the wheel is stuffing up, the axle is hitting here and on the panhard bar mount. So that'll allow me to trim the bottom of that to get some up travel. That was me cutting the panhard bar mount that I had made a few years ago. I just had to cut this face off so I could raise the panhard bar further up into it. All right, I lifted the axle back up and the rig's sitting on its own weight. Like I said before, I cut that bracket out, so I was able to put the panhard bar in and lift it further up. I put a angle finder on the drag link, and then I put it on my panhard bar, and I raised up this scissor lift jack that I have until they're both half a degree up. So now they're matching. And then on the back side over here, through the center of the panhard bar, I drew that line on the bracket, and that will be the center for the bolt. So I got that hole drilled for the panhard bar. I ended up removing the coilover so I could lift the axle all the way up. I also came through and trimmed off that portion of the bottom of the panhard bar to give it this clearance here. The axle should be further than max bump currently, so I don't think I'll have any problems with that. I reinstalled the coilovers, and I have it sitting on its own weight on the jack stands. Panhard bar is in. From this angle, it doesn't look like it, but the drag link and the panhard bar are parallel with each other. I bolted in the hydro assist ram in the position that I had it all in previously. And you can see down here how it bolts onto the knuckle. I do have to get a longer bolt for that as well. But as far as the dual shear brackets go, I'm happy with how they turned out. Everything fits together really nicely. When you go to bolt on this high steer arm up here, it all just slides together. All the bolts go right through. This hole and this hole are all in line with each other, so the bolt just goes straight through, you know, as it should. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. As far as the dual shear stuff goes for this episode, I am done. I can move on to cleaning up the rest of the front axle and the frame. But you'll see all that in future episodes. I hope some of this was enjoyable to watch. I'm trying some new kind of edits with the video, cutting stuff quicker so it's not so boring, and kind of throwing in driving other vehicles as well. So you know, give us some feedback what you think of these videos, and yeah, we'll see you next time.